So when one wants to take a decision, a mass decision, you give yourself like a decade, and you start revealing it to the human. Maybe when they take off their eye, they should see that it's written this way. Maybe they see that continuously for 10 years. They get to think about it, even though if you didn't go there. It's like planting a seed. Even if you didn't go straight to talk to him, but you've planted a seed. This mental cues led to this patient revolt, because this lower clergy missionaries were able to turn these men's attention on the fact that they are being corrupted and all that. You see, as these two unrelated events gave King Philip of France the opportunity, he was able to attack England, who was at that time led by King Edward II, and this man had lost about 1/3 of his finance in these wars, and they were famine. Corruption had taken some of his money, all his money, and the Black Death had come around to take about 1/3 of his population, spreading to Scotland, Poland, and all those places in Europe. It was gradually taking all of Britain. The Black Death, this disease came as a result of a bacilli blocked in blood in the stomach of a flea. And as this flea settles on preferably a black rat, he probed itself on the skin of the rat, and then this bacilli leaves the flea and then enters that of the host, introducing the infection. As the rat dies off, the flea carries this to other animals and humans. This disease came in 3 forms. One was swelling in the groin and in the armpits, and then the other was septicemic. So the more infectious you were with the blood, the faster your death. And the other two was a swell in the throat, vomit blood, and swelling in the lungs. But the name Black Death came as a result of no matter the type, you have black spots on your skin, and your tongue look all that black, and death is within a week. The disease came and was taking these people's lives during that time. And imagine, there were no specialists in medicine and all that, and how did this go? So men started to think that the creator had punished them, and then men started, kings started issuing out punishments to people who spoke harshly against God, or who was blasphemous. Your first mistake, or your first guilty, or if they catch you for the first time of speaking harshly against God, they cut your upper lip. The second one, they cut your lower lip. The third one, they cut your tongue. You see. So because of the death of the 1/3 population, laborers saw this as a yardstick to increase their labor rates, which putting high prices on themselves. And this came at an expense of bishops and land barons, meeting to reimpose serfdom and villanage on men who sees themselves as free. It came, and then Knight Templars, having been ripped and gone underground for years, it came back, subtly, caused for the revolt of the peasants on the streets of London. And these rebels never seek out their vandalism of fire, but had wanted to strike off the head of the King of England at that time, King Henry II, and then place it on the London Bridge to the delight of the cherry mob. Humans have gone through all this. My point here is what we've been through before. Staying with the Crusaders, with the Latin Christians, within a narrow strip of land alongside the sea. After the Second Crusade, which was 1144 to 1149, let me take this opportunity to correct a mistake. You see, in the movie of The Mummy 2017, if I see any signs, I know it's related to my organization, and if my organization is taking note, they made mention of the dagger of Seth, and then that after the Second Crusade, the knights, one of the knights was buried with a stone on the dagger of Seth. And when the video was brought showing when the man was buried, and then the stone was on his chest, and then the year came on the screen, it was 1127 AD, which is a mistake. If it is the Second Crusade was 1147 to 1149. That was the massive period. But the whole was from 1144 to 1149. That was the Second Crusade. The First Crusading was 1096 to 1098. So with the explanation of it being the Second Crusade, where the stone of the dagger of Seth was buried with this Knight Templar, and then if it was after, it shouldn't be 1127. 1127 was in between the First Crusade and the Second Crusade. Thank you. You see, all these events, all these war-related events brought man to the understanding, realization of democracy, understanding the realization of government, taking off villanage and serfdoms, understanding that we are supposed to live, and gradually the Black Death was cleared, everything started coming back to normal. And humans started getting knowledge to bring forth missiles instead of swords, still with the aggressive mind though, but length, as at how the time that we've been attacked by wild animals, we're able to learn and then develop mechanisms which we use to trap them and then kill them from afar, and sharp knives to kill them and all that. We've graduated and now we are here. Now the problem now is, I was once going through YouTube, people who were sentenced to death people who were sentenced to death. I had, written a few. Travis James Mullis, sentenced to death in slaying of his infant son, Elijah. That's in America. And Telta. Well, with the Telta, he was arrested because he failed, or he didn't have a permit to fish. And then he went and fished, so he was arrested, taken to court, and this is what he said. He argued that universal law allows him to hamper for food, so he can be arrested, he can be jailed. These are two unrelated events. I'm coming. In 2015, Michelle Blair murdered 2 children and put them on the fridge. Why? Because they were sexually assaulting her surviving son. He was sentenced to life in imprisonment. Nico Jenkins murdered 4 people on a 10-day period. He spent 4 years in prison and was later sentenced to death. Dylan Roof killed 9 people on 17 June 2015, black parishioners, at the Mother Emmanuel Church in Charleston. A few weeks after this guy's murder, they found a journal in his room cell, and which reads, "I would like to make it crystal clear, I do not regret what I did. I am not sorry." Jack Ripper, aka the Red Ripper, killed 52 women. Richard Mitchell Jr., 26, threw 3-month baby alongside, threw him out of the vehicle. Look at the crimes some people are doing. It's a cosmos. Until the realization comes, until we reach the cosmic high noon, so that all these karmic related, negative karmic effects can be reduced, so that famine, hunger, murder, imprisonment, everything can be reduced, everything can be cleared off. We are just supposed to realize the cosmos and the law in situ. I'll come back to my concept again. A magnetic substance and steel particles. When you put a magnetic substance here, you put a steel particles here, it attracts them. But when you put a magnetic substance and the steel particles in a glass water tower, the effect of the magnetic substance is reduced. Let's create the understanding to the world that the cosmos is conscious, and a definition of the life principle, because there is a correspondence, because there is agreement between me and my brother who is in prison. I feel the pain. Someone is jailed, someone is sent to death, someone is being sentenced to death. We are just supposed to just explain to everybody so that the cosmic hiding will be reached. So all these karmic related events will be reduced, because the law's effect, the force of the law will be reduced a little. Even though universal life principle is in situ. I can't say much. The cosmic high noon is the age of the illuminatiam. It is our responsibility to make sure that everybody is in the light. Everybody finds the light. Without the light, man will not understand that I'm not supposed to kill my other human. I'm not supposed to kill my other friend. Even though the universal life principle is in situ, even though astrology is in situ, there is reality, and our work pays. Our work pays. We can't sit down and watch. Hunting and gathering time, universal life principle is situ, but our brothers were murdered until we developed traps. That is what you're supposed to do now. Let's do something to clear off this negative karma. Please.